they are in full confidence that Long does have, you know, the advantage when it comes to champion pool. And so banning away the Kazakhs, the Lee Sin, they don't mind. Vi as well will most likely be banned away here by Nova. We'll see.
And now for the side of FPX as well. Now that we're coming into conclusion of the bans here, they could pick up the Xayah right after coming into the very last pick, or even the fourth pick here for FPX. It could give them so much potentials into those team fights, and a lot of scaling as well, given the fact that they also banned out the Ezreal. They do not want that early game pokes coming into the bottom lane for Nova.
Yeah, Xayah, very good option. In the bot lane, we saw the power of Xayah. X1.
Oh!
Yeah, I was thinking about this as well, right? Like, if you want to still have the early game presence in the jungle, you go for the Jace. Jace's damage at the early stages of the game is absurd. And that's the only way to control the jungle from the damage standpoint. Now, Nova, what would be their response? Lots of options. They still have the Shen. If they go for Shen, though, it's super passive.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it still makes sense, right? Like you have a Xayah, a very self-sufficient Dragon Laner. You've seen the combo of the Xayah and the Vladimir as well. Now, what will be their jungler? Yone is their pick.
The big problem for the side of Nova now, if they lock in with the Yone, is that their composition is very, very gold hungry. Gold hungry, XP hungry, and for the side of FPX, if they lock in onto Lucian, this is double downing on their early game possibilities up against Nova.
One thing to solve, or one way to solve the what I would say famine, gold wise, for the side of Nova, is to have Yeats be the one to sacrifice some of the lane minions towards Long, because that's basically the case, right? Although one would say that Jax is a very good late game carry, the amount of gold that needs to be invested on a Jax is not as big as the Yone, right? Like Yone, 1-2 item power spike, 3 item power spike even needed just to make sure that this Yone will be at his optimal state. And when it comes to Yone though, and their playstyle, I reckon it will still be centric around Long, because we have to remember Long is a true MVP of this squad. And so if you are thinking that way, surely one of the solo laners will sacrifice eco or sacrifice some gold for Long.
Yeah, 100%. And I do echo your thoughts there, Autolus, on how Long will be one of the engagers, one of the tools for Nova Esports coming to game number 1, considering they pick up the Yone. And every single time that we see a Yone come into the jungle, there is already an expectation that one of the carries here for that specific team would be the Yone. And this was also one of the reflections going back into the G2 blacklist, having their jungler be one of the carries, right, for the team, and they always consistently pick up the Yone. And I think that will reflect here today as well for Nova.
That's the goal. That's the goal for Nova. I will never doubt Nova's ability to play around their superstar jungler. Similar as to how, you know, China Esports has done it over and over again. Nova Esports, they know that they can trust Long every single time out. Oh, it's sneaky. Think ward coming in from Yeats. Even the Ignite was used by Don 128 to just get one tick of advantage. Interesting.
But a counter strikes, Don 128. But coming into the top side, we've seen this matchup before, and every single time it's all about that sustain. It's all about just waiting for that opportunity. And remake already down low, 1 HP.
Yeah, the power of the Lucian. I remember Kong was also very impressive. The last time that I casted FPX, I feel that Kong is starting to elevate himself as a very respectable carry in the bot lane as well. Now for Remake and Yami, they've been around, right? Like they've been very good. I don't think Chow will die to Yami. No, like that's that's the TFT gaming where both the tanks in the front line will try to kill each other. It's not going to happen.
And I think the mindset coming from Chow as well to delay the recall. Yami. That's the first blood for FPX.
Yeah, not when that happens in P, right? Like, if it's a 1v1, no one will die. But if it's a 3v1, like FPX, surely
Outright.
Yami knows that. Okay, what was he doing? He was spotted on the ward. And although he used what? Jingdo was 2 ahead. He wanted to flash in. And so now there's a good minion wave that is being denied by FPX.
Yeah, it's a cannon wave at the very least as well. Remake has not reached
Oh,
out.
no.
Look at the level difference. It's level 2, level 3 to the bottom lane against FPX. It's level 4 across the board.
This is super sad. The power of Lucian is in full effect. And that is all Yami though.
Yeah.
Oh man. If like imagine the coach of Nova is making right now after that massive mistake by Yami. This is one thing that you cannot take away from all the CN teams, right? Like the amount of punish that they will they will do for every mistake. It's super, I would say, absurd the way they play, right? Like they will punish you so hard. So point it's so hard to come back from just 1 kill.
Yeah, and this is really unfortunate for Nova, right? Because their winning condition, as we have mentioned a while ago, this is a very gold-hungry lineup that they have. Zaya, Vladimir, and then you also have the Yone into the jungle. So expectations are they should really play it safe in the early game. But giving these extensions time and time again, they just lost so much more priority and laning phase breeding room that they had prior to those first bloods and those engages from FPX.
A possible engage on the top side though, but yeah, you're right. Like the playstyle of Nova Esports right now, they will have to wait for FPX to commit even a greater mistake or even a bigger mistake, because with the way things are going right now, like it's so bad. Nova Esports on the bot lane will definitely feel the pressure, especially it's the Lucian that you have just given the advantage to. That's 3 tower plates gone in the bot lane.
Yeah, and even a Jace as well, right? So these are very early game champions that we have for the side of FPX. Xiao engages. Body Sam along with the explosive cast, followed up by single 7. Shield of Duran in hopes to be able to push them back. But the thing is, that is the Lucian Jace early duo champions that we keep on talking about that just has so much power.
Nova, we might be seeing, the first tower get broken. 3-5 minutes. Remake has to be careful. Okay. At least he was able to defend the tower here in the bot lane. But it's starting to become bad, worse, and worst for Nova.
And this is good, right? They brought Remake into the mid lane. And the reason why it was good is because the level disadvantage that Remake had up against Lucian coming into the early phase of the game. We saw it, like level 2 to level 4 for Lucian, coming into level 3 to level 5. It's just a really massive difference, and they needed that XP to keep up.
You cannot, although it was a very good proactive play, you have to feel for Remake, right? Like it was Yami. It was Yami all along. After gifting that 1 kill, it basically made the lane so dead. And so now Nova Esports might just suffer another casualty. No, okay. Good thing is that Long was still able to secure another objective. Because I thought for a second that with the advantage that Nova has, they can actually go for the 2-for-1 special.
Yeah, they could definitely do it. And FPX, given the amount of the advantage they have, given that they are the ones who are on a timer in this early game, having the Rift Herald to secure that mid lane turret is actually good.
Yeah, Don 1-8 with the extra goal to meet the defensive one. Oh, Yami.
3-2, you have the explosive cast as well, brought down Yami into safety.
No way.
There's no casualty thus far, and Nova's playing it safe. This is what they need to do before.
Yeah, but you look at the top side, dude, like the tower is already gone.
Yeah.
Which means that full tower plates to the side of FPX. Full tower plates mid lane, full tower plates top side. And here in the bot lane, all tower plates has also been taken by FPX.
Yeah, and that
man.
And that just nets in 2k gold lead, right?
It's a go next angle, dude.
Yeah.
I have to be honest, like barring any massive mistake on the side of FPX, this is almost unlosable.
Yeah, you also have the Bloodthirster as the first item here for Lucian, so a lot more extra sustainability given the fact that you have this massive gold lead already, have the level advantage up against your opposing side. Then you also have the sustainability item. It's so much harder for Nova to be able to access the carries here for FPX.
Which begs me the question, when will Wild Rift nerf the Bloodthirster? I haven't seen the patch 4.4b yet, because I know for a fact that, you know, we are concentrating on the, you know, patch that is being applied on the competitive, and that's patch 4.48. But I hope that the Bloodthirster has already been nerfed.
Yeah, hopefully, right? And at this point in time, given the fact that we already have, what, 5k gold lead versus out of FPX, it's really just a difficult time for them. Once again, enumerating the fact that Nova needs so much gold on 3 of their members, and that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Yeah, FPX will have all the freedom in the world to invade the jungle of Nova. Make sure that they deny resources too long, which is primarily the win condition of Nova over and over again. This is not the best start. This is not even a good start at all. This is a disastrous start for Nova. I'm lacking adjectives right now, because I did not expect this to happen, to be this way. But this is also, you know, this also shows the improvement overall by FPX.
Yeah, it's just a drastic difference here. And it is Nova Esports who has to really think about who is the player, who is the champion that we would give most of the gold to. And I believe it would be a remake that they're really just pouring out golds onto, pouring him into the mid lane, and actually giving a little bit more of jungle camps as well. But they really need someone to funnel into, because at this point in time, those 3 members that we talked about a while ago cannot all get gold.
No one can get gold, actually. Like, at this point, like,
well,
even trying to get the jungle camps, it's being denied right now by FPX. Yeah, sure, it was a 2k gold lead in the first 5 minutes of the game, but I will just continue to believe.
Yeah, and FPX gets a tier 2 turret
Another
into the mid lane. It's just too much pressure. That gives him so much map control. Face shield into top side. Yitze, the counter strike, and just one flash away. They won't be able to secure it.
Nova knows, right? Like, this game is almost unwinnable, barring any massive throw to the side of FPX, which I don't think they will be doing in the next few minutes. The only time that, you know, Nova will have the opportunity here is if FPX overcommits on a Baron, gets wiped out, and then the Baron buff joins Nova Esports. Maybe, just maybe, you know, the game will be tilted in favor of Nova Esports, so the game will be prolonged, and Nova Esports will have a fighting chance. But if that does not happen, and with the way things are going, I feel that FPX will just continue to deny all the win conditions of Nova, and one of the win conditions is the soul.
And the thing is, it's just too difficult now. It's Nova just having to buy time. You can't kill Kong at this point. You have the Bloodthirster with the Essence Weaver. That's 2 items already for Lucian. So yeah, I agree with your thoughts. It's just all about delaying in these fights, and then Vladimir just got melted right at the get-go. Kong used up the flash. Fate Seal could turn things out, but Kong, even if he's dead, the trade back for FPX would be important, and it is always secured. And that's just constantly what will happen from here on forward for the side of FPX.
And with no jungler down, how will you contest this dragon, which basically is the miracle win condition that you have, the soul? I mean, you look at Nian, this is the Vladimir that was first picked by Nova, immediately disappearing with the combo coming in from Chao. And again, this was only allowed because the bot lane was won heavily and mightily by FPX. This is what we call the win lane, win game formula. And the way they won their lanes, it's super one-sided. It's a landslide win, as I would say.
And Nova has to pay the price, right? They have to pay the price on going all in when it comes to a late game composition. It could have been better if they denied the Lucian for themselves, right? It would give them enough breathing room, especially if they wanted to go for the Yone instead into the jungle. It's just so much adversity coming into their draft that they're having such a hard time to breathe even into their very own jungle, just because of how Singdo 7 and Kong was able to get a lot of gold into the early game.
Almost half health for Nian in just one combo coming in from Shingdo 7. They're not yet done.
Locks him onto one, no escape, and now followed up by Chow into the bot side. You have Nian who has to force out the flash and the protobot to go back to safety. And FPX unscathed, no casualties.
Oh, Chow less than half health. This could be the opportunity for Nova. Long was just able to buy himself a Blade of the Ruined King. He missed!
That is another unfortunate thing. No more Fate Seal coming into the Baron fight means that there is a huge possibility for FPX more to get the Baron. And now Nova, this is one of their winning conditions to steal the Baron, but there's just so much zoning capabilities coming from FPX. Now FPX turns things around. They look into Jax. Jax is melted. There is no tank on a Fed ADC, and FPX got it.
And with Long pretty much out of the picture already, yeah, he will be able to get some fruits for himself. But this Baron is long gone. FPX secures the purple worm and will get another kill in Yami.
And now Long just wants to save Yami's life.
Oh, okay.
Get that kill back. Jace is gone. Single 7 is removed.
There is entrance.
There's entrance to go back to safety, but instead it will be Orion. It will be Sky who erases him. But FPX still got the Baron, so even if they lost their jungler, overall it's a good thing for FPX.
Yeah, and that's 10k gold lead to the side of FPX. They will be spending their unspent gold and will most likely balloon their gold lead further.
Look at the gold
wire
difference.
to wire. My god, you look at the gold difference. This is the
massive.
This is pretty much the definition of snowball, right? It starts small and then gradually increased over time. FPX, very good play for them. Oh, teleport!
Oh, the TPs are coming in. Exit ultimatum to buy time. Yitsa gets stunned.
Oh no!
7 came through to the right moment. Even in a 2v1 fight, they cannot melt Camille.
And this is when you know one team is super far ahead. Shingdo 7, a jungler, has a teleport. Like, huh? Right? Oftentimes you see a Jizz. It will most likely be a stasis engine because he's super vulnerable. But no, he doesn't mind. Shingdo 7 will go for the
he has to
teleport. Remake, yeah, surely if he did not do just that, he will most likely die.
Yeah, and this is just a perfect composition as well. On top of like these massive leads, it's a perfect composition for the side of FPX to snowball, right? 2 early game champions, then you have Chow as well with a Gragas to deny these possible engages, and Oriana to help deliver that ball. So it's just really good outright. And now Yami just his punch onto Chow. Sky FL is the target. They bring down the Oriana. Long will be able to knock up onto the support of FPX. Body snaps onto Yitse. Now here's entrance will be forced. Nova secures 2 kills. But their bottom lane, their last inhibitor is down 500 HP.
I was saying good, and then bad. Because Nova Esports, like, whatever they try to do, the return, or the trade-off, is massive. With Don onto it, just enjoying the real estate that he has right now. Finally, a tower gets destroyed here by Nova, but here comes Ringdo 7.
So much damage. And that's Yitse that we're talking about with that shock blast that connected. They're just gonna give away the Ocean Drake, considering that they already denied the soul. This is good enough for FPX.
Yeah, it's not going to affect their chances of winning at all. Like, if we're talking numbers, yeah, sure, one would say that Nova Esports was at least able to stop the bleeding. If you look at the goal lead, it's 7k compared to the 10k from earlier. Definitely better for the side of Nova, but it's still so far from being called a close game. Like, whatever you're seeing right now in terms of gold, in terms of kill count, believe me, it's not as close. It was definitely very much one-sided since minute number 1.
Yeah, and the silver lining overall for Nova Esports, if they really want to push this to the very end of 20 minutes, 25 minutes into the matchup, that is where they have chances into survival. Into this game number 1 is that they're slowly creeping back into the dragon buffs and they're denying these gold advantages. But if FPX gets the Baron, that is just over. It just speaks volume on how Nova now has to think about what they need to draft onto the next game.
Ringo 7 trying to get ahead of Remake, won't be able to, but doesn't matter. And again, FPX, Baron buff, Baron push, now starting once again. And this time with no Nexus shields to defend this Nexus, what will happen now, Nova?
And now this is Nova's last hope into delaying onto this game. Number one, Yeetze melted out, half HP remaining even if the ultimate is active. And now it's Fate Sealed going for Lon just to delay it, but he is gone. And now Nexus will be the target, will be the priority at it will fall. FPX.
Never mind.
I
was hyping the kill of Jax, and then I looked at the Nexus. Okay, alright, never mind. The Nexus exploded.